sound mushy.
Do I sound beefy? Oh, look at that. It's my game, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, you sound boofy. It's boofy. Train would certainly call you boofy.
Well, let's see how things work out here.
Yeah, yeah, I've never heard you sound like that.
Maybe a battery? Oh, we don't do that. Good, good, and look at. Ooh, it's farting. There we go.
No, there you don't go. It's not trade approved. It's boofy, baby.
Huh, that's just kind of bizarre. Hmm.
It's sort of like, it's sort of like, I don't know. I want to call it warbly, but not. You know, it's just, it's not clear.
I hear him now. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, it sounds like you're electrocuting your voice.
Yeah, there we go. That should make it a little better.
There you are.
Yay! That sounds a hell of a lot better. Yeah, for some reason the modulation limiter pot was cranked open, or cranked closed just a bit too much.
Yeah, say hello to Ghost out there, our local pizza delivery man.
Does he deliver in 30 minutes or less?
He'll deliver out my way, and that's the first I heard of that happening.
Alright, yeah, this is Ghost. Y'all remember me from about last Wednesday? I had to scream into my old mic that couldn't catch nothing. I got a bunch of work done to my radio. Y'all hear me now, but... What? As to where we'll deliver. There will be delivery charges a little bit if they're way out there. It all depends. There's like a circle. That's right. I can hear the locals real nice. I hear you now.
Can you hear Ghost?
So way the hell out there. Once he came up on the hill, yeah. Good tip.
He's talking right now.
Work on tips, you know what I'm saying? I hear you, and you're sounding a lot better this week, too. Well, I'll tell you what, I went up to see Papa Bear today, and just my CB alone, the Cobra 29, he got it up to 30 watts. He put a modulation kit on it, then he gave me a he got me a 200 watt linear amp and a Wilson 1000 amp antenna, and he stuck it on the middle. Well, now you're cooking with gas.
Yeah, yeah. Now you can be heard running around out there delivering pizza.
This is true. Plus, I got that great power mic that he gave me last week.
You're heads and shoulders above where you were last week, brother. Yeah, we can hear you out there running around now.
That's wonderful. I appreciate that. But yeah, if y'all need something delivered, you just call Mike Brick's Oven. Ask for me to deliver it. You know, it all depends on exactly where. You know, say that you talk to me on CB radio, and I say I deliver it, and you know, we'll even drop off a bunch of menus for you, so you know what we got next time. Yeah, sounds like a deal, man. Classic radio pizza.
I know. I have to just keep it in mind because every once in a while it comes up. The wife is like, "Why wish somebody would deliver pizza out here?" Well, now we know somebody who will deliver pizza out here. I mean, it's a rare occasion, but you know, sometimes you're sitting around in your pajamas or whatever, and like, you know, I don't feel like going out, but I sure wish somebody would bring me a pizza.
Yeah, especially where you're at. Hardly anybody ever delivers. I remember, I think a couple days ago I was delivering out to Prussia Hill.
Oh yeah, Pruss Hill, yeah, 10-4. Yeah, yeah, man, that'd be great. I have to keep that in mind for sure.
You look us up online or whatever. Hang on a second. I can try and get you the phone. You want the phone number? Cecilia?
Nah, no, I know. I can remember it. I'd be able to find the number when they need a pizza delivered. If not, I'll catch you running around out here and holler at you.
And yes, we do make Sicilian. We make Sicilian. We make a whole bunch of specialty pies. We make boardwalk pies. We make Sicilian. We make deep dish. You know, you name it. If you never get your arounds or whatever, grab a menu. If not, I think you can find us online and look at the menu. There's a big new menu out. Bunch of specials during the week, so on and so forth. Sounds good to me. If we ever do a classic radio roundup in the middle of a parking lot somewhere, we can always order pizza.
Yeah, yeah, we'll meet in a central location or just have it classic radio roundup pizza break right in its parking lot.
And if you order a bunch of pies, I'll talk to Mike, and I'm sure we'll get a big discount. I used to run the place 16 years ago before I joined the Marine Corps, just so you know.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Classic radio pizza break.
Yeah, buddy. It's really noisy out there. Yeah, there's a lot of skip in there still.
Yeah, you think it's bad this week. Wait till next week when we're an hour behind.
Oh yeah, when we set the clocks ahead. I wanted to ask you, is that the Metrotek you're running?
This is the Metrotek Mustang II. Swinging audio, baby.
Yeah, it's got a lot more punch to it.
And I'm running fire chicken type power, 1 to 4.
Oh, you're not running this solid state amp?
No, I am, but it's at that power level, 100 carrier, 4 peak.
Okay. It's definitely swinging forward on my D201 meter here.
Yeah, I've got the Texas Star 1 pill driving the 8 pill. That gives me a nice 100 to 400.
Every time I'm in Pottstown, I'm automatically on 13 for you guys, just so you know.
10-4 there, Ghost. What was that, Bagger?
I said, comfortable FM.
All I could say is I'm real happy with the results here of just a simple little modification like that.
Classic Radio Roundup, hello radio.
Hell, you're happy. I'm ecstatic for what Papa Bear did to mine.
Guess nobody can hear me.
I hear you, Tim, but we got mobile traffic out this way too.
Somebody needs some audio.
And you need audio, Tim.
Evening, Tim.
Hello with the audio, is that any better?
It's a little bit better, but it's kind of flat for the noisy conditions. I hear you, but others seem to have trouble.
Alright, how's that for audio? Any better?
No, now you're breaking up.
I barely heard him before. I'm at the Pottstown Hospital.
The Pottstown Hospital on a mobile, you ain't gonna hear anything unless they're like right next to you.
Yeah, that's right. Oh well. Just checking in. I'll catch you all later. What is that radio, Tim? What's that? What radio is that? It's the 430. It's not real good on AM. Oh, yeah. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, you need a good punchy audio CB radio, big room, big CB radio sound tonight there, Tim. I hear you. You know how it is though when it's noisy.
There's full power. I don't know if that did anything.
Well, that brought your signal up, quieted up some of the noise some, but your audio is just sort of flat. You know, if it was a good quiet night, it wouldn't be no big deal. But your audio is just kind of flat. What do you think of this Metrotek Mustang?
It's working good. Definitely working good.
Yeah, it's just like the Pacer, but it's a different color. And I went in and modified it a little bit. Dropped the carrier and got more punchy audio out of it.
I hear you, Tim.
Oh yeah, we hear him, but he's just not very loud. It's very underwhelming.
Okay. How's this, old Cobra? 138 making it through.
A grumpy special.
Yeah, it's got some good audio.
Yeah, you're not lacking in any audio.
Nah, that thing's got plenty of audio.
I actually have the audio backed down on this Mustang.
Yeah, you used to have it wide open. Now what do you have it on, like 2/3?
Yeah, about 2/3, and right, it had to be wide open. I'm really pleased with the results. It's awesome. Yeah, and backtracking on that 100 ohm resistor, that thing must have been doing what you said. It must have been burnt and cracked open, but still making a connection, because if that was open, I would have gotten no high voltage to the transmitter.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't have worked. Must have been making enough of a contact. You know, it's one of those carbon resistors. I guess the two pieces of carbon touching each other is enough. Although I'm sure it was not 100 ohms anymore. It was probably higher.
Right, and that was probably affecting things in and of itself and holding me back just in of itself. And, I wonder what it would have done without my, audio mod just by fixing that.
Don't know. But it does sound like you got it working a lot better.
Yeah. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. I had my hand on that resistor, and it's pretty much, you can tell there's temperature there, but it's not hot.
Yeah, well, that's all. Yeah, that's what it should be doing. It should be warm to the touch, just not hot. Shouldn't burn your finger on it.
Right. I can hold my finger and thumb on it.
You running the video gate tonight?
I am running the video gate with an open chassis Metrotek Mustang II.
Ooh, gonna see a naked radio.
Well, you can't really see it in the video gate, but it is open. Maybe I'll swing the camera around.
Well, that's good. That'll save you from an X rating. Can't have nudity.
Got a naked radio.
And I am running the D201, like I said, with the Sidekick mic on here. Just want to see if it's doing its job. It sounds like it's doing all right. Now they got the boofiness out of it.
Yeah. Now you're doing all right. It came on scary.
Yeah, I'm surprised though, because I adjusted it some time ago and it was right. And I don't know why it came out not right. Probably a cap going bad in there.
I think we picked up a break.
Oh, no wonder my arms are tired. Got a break?
Yeah, it's me again. Different radio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Things sound any better?
Yeah, you got a lot better audio. You got less signal, but it's easier to hear you.
Yeah, okay. I switched over to the Simba.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. The Simba will bust through with that audio.
Yeah, it's funny. I have the opposite. His signal dropped down into the noise now. I hear his audio, but it's not getting through it.
Oh, well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Sorry. Catch you guys later then.
I hear you just fine, Tim. I don't have any trouble hearing you at all. So, your audio is busting through. It's actually easier for me to listen to you now than it was before, but Dave says just the opposite.
No problem. I'll be sitting here listening.
Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on the AM radio dial.
Yeah, if he had one SU more signal, he'd be fine.
Hey there, Tim. Evening, Dave, if you can hear me up there.
Ain't you got something you could put behind that?
No, I got no power here. Well, once it quiets down, you'll be able to boom through.
Yeah, even a couple of watts extra, even a 1 pill would get you above the noise for a sandbagger.
Yeah, 1 pill, 2 pill.
1 pill, 2 pill, 8 pill.
My little 1 pill took a shit and can't get parts for it. Go away, Mexico. 10-4, can't get parts for it, Tim.
It's made of unobtainium.
Yeah, I know about unobtainium. I run into that sometimes. Parts made from unobtainium.
That's whenever you find anything that's broke, you still grab it up to save it for parts later.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember my little 1 pill making a trip up there? Little Apollo?
I hear you, Ron.
Alright, thanks.
Classic Sunspot Roundup. And this portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Fred's Discount Voodoo Emporium. If you want someone dead, come and see Fred.
Still the sole importers of Grandma Jemima's stainless steel ganja dipped voodoo doll needles. So if you want to stab your voodoo doll with some class and you want them dead, go and see Fred.
Yes, our voodoo needles are made with class, guaranteed to knock you on your ass.
Man, you know how to mime, don't you?
That's right.
It's too funny.
Yeah, there'll be time for word games soon enough.
Yeah, we'll quit trying to be somebody you're not.
Nah, I never want to do that.
As long as you're not trying to be somebody that you're not for hours and hours, dude, I won't have to drop them all day long.
Yeah. Drop them all day long. Can't talk skip.
Yeah, for the second half of the night, I think I'm going to go over to the Elmac.
Oh, yeah? Get that 2E26 fired up.
Speaking of the Elmac, I was talking to my buddy in Wales today on 10 meters for about an hour. This weekend he went to a Hamfest antique wireless radio club type meet thing, and he said a guy had a bunch of old radios on display, and he had a Multi Elmac AF 67 on the table on display. And my friend Mervin says, will you sell that? I want to buy that. I talk to a guy all the time and I love the sound of it. I want to buy it. You probably have the only one in the United Kingdom and I want it. And the guy says no. I thought that was a good story that he laid on me. I could just imagine. I was like, that's kind of cool. He's over there at a Hamfest. He sees a Multi Elmac and he wants it.
Yeah. Yeah, right on frequency too.
That turned out to be the best buy of the Hamfest summer, man. I was so happy. I was not quite so sure when I bought it, but now that I have it, I love it.
That was a good one. That time.
That was a good buy. That was the right thing to buy at the time there at that fest.
Yeah, considering how crappy Hamfests are anymore. That was a rarity.
I still had to do a little bit of work to it. I had to replace a couple of them chokes in there. But other than that, that was it. And the final tube.
I think it's amazing they still go on.
Yeah, really. The internet hasn't completely put them out of business.
Speaking of which, I just got a postcard in the mail for the Warminster Hamfest. Sunday, May 4th.
Thank you.
May 4th, wow. Yeah, that's right. It usually is like the first weekend in May.
Just got my postcard in the mail.
I used to like that Hamfest because it was usually like one of the first ones where the weather was actually warm enough that you didn't freeze your butt off.
Right, and they usually put on a pretty good spread there.
That's at the Grange, right?
That's right.
That's where I got my $100 Kenwood.
Yeah, that's where I got mine, 430.
I bought a 1296 amplifier there once.
I bought numerous things there. I can't remember what they were, though.
I got my 2Zs there. That's B220.
Ooh. You want 430 for parts? I'm ready to throw mine out the window.
Don't throw it out the window.
Yeah, make sure you open the window first.
And let me know. I'll be standing under it.
Yeah.
saw it out from the third floor, so you better be able to catch it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth going to the hospital for.
No.
Well, you said you'll be there to catch it, so I just wanted to make sure you went to the third floor.
Well,
I'll take the filter out of it.
I know he's in the basement and his window is like ground level.
That's right. Y88, I think the number is.
What, the Ghost is back?
Yeah, for the AM.
Yeah, I don't know. I know mine don't have it in it.
Darn.
I got the two sideband filters.
Oh, the narrow one, that's nice.
Yeah, they're both in there. There's room for two more. I guess one's AM and one's FM.
FM board, maybe.
I don't know. There's room on that where right next to those two sideband filters for two more filters.
Probably two different, you know, an AM or CW filters.
That's right. Probably AM and CW. That's what it is. I bet you.
Yeah, I keep my eye to the curb for one of them. Anybody see that number, Y88? Curb alert.
I got an issue with my 430. It spazzes out once in a while. Goes back to 1400 on me. Then I gotta redial the damn thing.
And then what do? Just bump the band switch and it moves?
Yeah, once I get it back, sometimes I gotta tap on it a little bit to get it to come back, the display and everything to come back, because when the display goes out, transmit and receive goes with it. If I tap on the display and it comes back, it always comes back on 1400. So then I gotta go back up to the bands again until I get...
Yeah, I guess you've looked it up on the internet, maybe. There's some groups there. Sometimes you get like a forum when those guys are really into that particular rig.
Yeah, no, it's a 430 like yours. I do a TS430S. But, I mean, when it does work, it works great, especially on sideband.
Yeah, buddy. I like it. It looks like it needs like shoulder straps. It's like a man pack. Looks like a man pack radio to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Or something you'd have on your back with that big antenna sticking up. No menus. No sub menus. That is so nice on that radio. Yeah, just turn the knobs.
That's right. I like radios where it's just knobs involved. Knobs, buttons, and switches.
I like knobs.
Big knobs.
That's right. Tweaking knobs. There we go. Got a little bit more forward out of it.
Well, for now, I gotta talk off of my 10-watt radio.
I get all kinds of forward now out of this Metrotek.
Yeah, I think it sounded like $1 million now.
Yeah, it almost makes me want to monkey with the other one, but I think I won't.
Well, you can do the same thing with that one. It shouldn't change the tone quality of it. It'll just give it a little bit more punch, which would probably do it good.
Well, I think I want to use a smaller value resistor then, because it's not far from, you know, where I want it to be power-wise.
Oh, you mean this one was that much stronger?
This one was like 4 watts. The other one is right at 3, a little over 3.
I wonder why it's different.
I don't know, maybe I was looking for somebody else strapping something down, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Actually, 3 watts is what I would expect it to put out. You know, 4 watts seems actually a little on the high side for that old of a vintage.
That's what I thought. That was what I thought. But you know, I wonder if that might have been, nah, well, that 100 ohm resistor wouldn't have anything to do with that. It would make it go the other way, one would think. But anyway, yeah, it was too high of a carrier.
Beat on that one, the green one? Yeah, that's the thing. These radios with the single tube audio modulator, there wasn't enough audio power there to fully modulate a 4 or 5 watt carrier. It would do okay at 3 watts, but you know, you'd fall short if you went above it.
It's a 6AQ5 modulator. And what was that, Tim?
The Metrotek you got from me was never touched. It was never opened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that it was. I'm just comparing that one to this one.
Yeah, maybe somebody
Oh man, that skip's getting bad now.
That's alright, we can get over that, I think.
Yeah, you can, but this one thing is this thing is sort of a barn doorish type receiver.
What are you hearing that you shouldn't?
Next door.
Oh, I'm not hearing anything. All I hear is skip.
I think that's part of why everybody sounds so good on this thing. It's a bit broad in the receiver.
Yeah, this D201's not. It's got some good adjacent channel rejection.
I was listening on sideband on this Cobra 138. It was amazing, the receiver in this thing.
Yeah, it's a good chassis. I got a 139 XLR, and it's a good one.
Are they just 23 channel versions of the 142?
No.
Completely different?
Yeah, it's got the 858 chassis in it. Depends on which one he has. There were 2 versions of that. One was 23 and the other was 40.
Yeah, this is the XLR 40 channel sidebander.
Yeah, you got the good one. Yeah, with that thing, you can put channels in that thing out the wazoo, man. That would go. I used to have, it's just, Pete, it's the same circuit board in it that the Navajo that you got from me had.
Oh, yeah, that was like my first 10-meter radio. I used that thing a lot on 10-meter sideband. Now I kind of wish I had it to use on 10-meter AM. I bet it would work pretty well.
Yeah, you have to do a little audio work to it to make it sound a little bit more high fidelity like, but boy, it would work good up there.
I remember running that thing on 29, and there was I think I put it on like the low power setting, and then the super mod position, drive it into that 2-pill, and that thing's screaming loud.
Oh yeah, plenty of swing there. He had like a watt and a half of carrier and, and like 10 or 12 watts of swing.
Yeah, because everybody used to ask me what the hell I was doing to make it so loud.
You bought it from me.
Yeah, I should have kept that radio. That was a good radio.
There you go.
That radio went everywhere. 10, 11 meters, you know. And the little tricks you could do with the audio. But the way that Dave set it up was beautiful. I mean, it was just a switch box on top, no holes drilled, used ribbon cable. Good first-class job.
Yeah, I hate drilling holes in radios. I refuse to do that.
No, that when I saw that I had a whole new outlook on if I were to modify something.
They make a decal for that.
That radio, though, that was one talking radio.
My father-in-law used to use it on 10 meters when he first got his license.
Yeah, I used it quite a bit myself there.
Yeah, my noise blank doesn't work. It's an upper, and the off position of the noise limiter is another bank.
I think there was one of them switches that Dave made what would you make it, a 5kc or 10, I think it was a 5kc switch.
Yeah. Of course, you had to reprogram everything because the chip would cut its divide bys in half. But yeah, you had a 5kc point in there too. You know, you just had to dial it into a whole different chart. But it would move in 5kc steps then.
Yeah, I think you could get 7kc plus and 5.5. It was like 7 plus and 5.5 minus on the clarifier, and then there was a 5kc switch in there. So on 10 meters, you could take that radio anywhere you wanted to go.
Yeah, well, that's why I had the clarifier going up. You know, I was like, I think it was 6 up and 5 down or something. So I figured, well, I really don't need the 5kc position now because it'll fill in all the gaps.
No, you got it to slide.
Yeah, but it made it easier on 10 meters. I would go to the zeros, you know, and then use the clarifier up and down from there instead of, you know, stepping in fives or tens, I should say.
Oh yeah. I think it worked really well on 10 meters. I talked on it a couple of times, and people were surprised when they found out what it was.
Yeah, I know. You tell people what it was, and then they'd either say, "Wow, cool, good job," or just scoff at you. I even had one guy tell me it was illegal for me to use. I said, "Go brush up on your rules, buddy."
Yeah, the other way around is illegal, not that way. You can take a CB and put it on 10 meters. That's fine, perfectly fine.
Right. Duh. But you can't go back.
Right. You can't leave. You can't go back again. Once you modify it, it loses its type acceptance.
It's perfectly legal for me to use. Most people thought it was cool. There was always one stick in the mud somewhere.
Yeah, like that dick that gave me all the time I came up there on my 2510.
Yeah, it's the self-appointed kilocycle cops that don't have the proper training, don't know what they're talking about, are the most annoying.
Well, hopefully Father Time will weed them out.
Yeah, either that or Old Man Winter. 3 more days.
Yeah, 3 more days of winter on the calendar.
3 more days till I'm in the Bahamas.
Yeah, and turn your clocks back.
Wow, we got like 2 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Bahamas. There you go. Man, pack me in your baggage.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have that extra hour of daylight to work in the yard. You know, not like there's not enough yard work with all those trees that came down.
That's kind.
And once all this damn snow melts.
It's kind of funny too. Talking with my buddy Mervin, he said they had a few days of sunshine. They've been getting rain all winter. A few days of sunshine. He's out there working in the yard. They call it the garden. You know, he's cleaning up this and that. I said I couldn't go out and work in my yard if I want to. It still has like a 4-inch crust of ice on it.
I still got about 7 or 8 inches in the backyard of snow. Icy snow, I guess.
Yeah, I can't rightly measure it. I'm just guessing, but yeah, now I can walk on top of it. Like my backyard, it's kind of strange, you know. It's like all the boulders and everything. Well, now it's sort of flat, and I can walk along, and I'm not falling in gullies or losing an ankle. It's real weird. It changed the whole landscape of my backyard.
And the dogs love it.
Miniman goes flying. The dogs do love it.
I was still shoveling snow and digging out some ice today.
Yeah, the snow is too chunky now. It's just like ice. It doesn't have that nice soft, fluffy consistency anymore.
Yeah, it had enough sunlight during the day. Maybe if it's not above freezing, but the sun, you know, melts the surface and drips down in between, and then overnight it freezes, and now I just got this. It looks like snow, but it ain't.
No, I had to cut it up into cube chunks.
Sparky,
Operator.
I'm gonna send you a picture of the stuff I got. Tell me what you could use it for.
Alright, I like figuring out what you can use stuff for. 10-4. There's a breaker.
If that's you, Tickle, you need to pump it up. Yeah, alright. Because it's noisy out here. I can hear you, but just.
That's right, keep talking on it.
Evening, Tickle. Virginia, figured we'd say hello. We'll leave you get back to Countywide and Sparky and whoever else is out there.
Countywide on the side. I need a coffee refill.
Coffee, huh? That's right, you going to work tonight.
Yeah, I'm 36 hours ahead of everybody else.
Countywide, real quick.
Yo.
Alright, we are set and ready for that thing tomorrow.
Alright. What time? 6? At the place appointed?
10:40. Yeah, I told the gentleman somewhere probably in the area between 7 and 8 at his place. And he says that's fine, just call him when we're ready. So that'll give us time for you to get breakfast.
10-4 sounds good.
Dope deals in the morning. I looked at that piece of equipment in that picture. It looks like a piece of... It's not a linear. There's no way that's a linear. It's got to be a piece of something that hooks to some type of machinery or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I gotta go take a look at it.
I mean, I'm only going by what I saw in the pictures.
Well, I tried to explain to the gentleman what the, what a female PL259 looks like, and he says it looks like there's two of them on the back of it.
Yeah, but it looks more like something like that on that test equipment, or that would run a piece of test equipment than a linear.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I want to go up and see what the guy's got. You never know what he's got sitting in his pile.
It's true. You never know guys like that.
He might have a diamond in the rough sitting in that pile.
Spitfire. It looked like the guy had at least a full skid of stuff as tall as me, and I'm 5'8", 5'7", of just stuff piled.
Oh, somebody's selling a bunch of radios? You're talking about, right?
Yeah, but he says he's got a ton more stuff that wasn't listed or pictured.
That's cool. You guys will find something. You'll probably walk out of there with all the stuff. Yeah, they always get the good stuff.
A whole lot for anything, so we'll see what he's got.
I'm never around enough. I always miss the good deals. Dag damn it. But you know what? There's always be another. Why, yes. Yes, there will.
Well, I tried to get a hold of you, Sparky. It kind of came down to the three people that I know that would know anything about that stuff. It came down to you, Spitfire, and Night Train.
Yeah, I don't go on Facebook, man. I'm sorry.
No, I actually had Dixie over here in the afternoon turning the radio and the box on and trying to yell for you guys.
That's right. Go on Craigslist. Yep, I'm on a low budget this week. Uh-oh. Not too many. No, just feather and back, that's all.
He started describing what was inside the thing. I was like, I gotta get a hold of one of these guys. So I had Dixie jump on the radio and flip the tubes on and shout out for you guys a couple times, and then I turned around and called Night Train.
I don't think Night Train's in there quite yet.
No, I called him on the landline, or cell phone.
Dr. Hammer? Dean and Doc Hammer?
Oh, we got a bit of a delayed reaction going on.
Yeah, that whole Skype thing is still acting up. I hear him.
Actually, I think it's Skype. I don't think it's the internet. I think it's just a damn unstable Skype program.
We still use on my end. He keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. Yeah, I don't know. It might be something funny about the Skype program. Brent seems to do better when he gets in. So I don't know. It might be your program or your ISP or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Real quick, Tickle's gonna step back to the side for a little bit. We just walked in the door. I turned us in and heard you guys out there. So I'll be back on in a little while. See you, Tickle.
Hey, Roger, right on. Yeah, I'm sure whatever it is, Dave, it's originating on my end. Yeah, because you can barely get a sentence out before it chops you off somehow.
Yeah, it's keying.
Well, that's a different program. That's the Kenwood program. Yeah, but you see, the audio is completely controlled by Skype. So my receive fades in and out, and the microphone fades in and out, and there's quite a bit of a delay between the time I hit the key on the program and the microphone audio gets there. Yeah, something ain't right there, because I used to work really well. When Pete first set it up, it used to work really well. Never a problem. I think it's either Windows or it's my ISP. I'm on the tail end of a cable trunk, and the more people on the line, of course, the more people online, the slower my connection. Yeah, if you got intermittent cable modem kind of stuff going on there, marginal signals and all that's gonna play hell on you.
Yeah, I call them up and say, I can't do my voice over IP. Hello?
Yeah.
Where do you hear yourself on here?
Huh? Tickle. Bill.
I've heard Doc Hammer out there in
Bill.
Skipland a whole bunch of times this week.
No, him. To go look at some radio equipment.
I'd be in the mobile shouting, and I couldn't get him on the mobile.
He knows Bug Mugger.
What radio are you running, Sparky?
It's a Cobra 138 XLR.
I'm telling you, if you heard what that radio sounds like over here, I mean, that thing just sounds awesome.
You'll get to hear it on this week's Video Gate.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of audio in it.
Oh, it's got more than a little bit.
I mean, let's face it, these Simbas are not known to have the best quality sounding receivers in them. But that thing just sounds so freaking awesome.
Yeah, the receiver's great. It's great. I treated myself I was up there listening just before the show. And man, I can tune that in New Zealand. I can hear them finally. A tone control, so you can tailor your speaker tone.
Well, unfortunately, my Simba don't have tone control, not this version. The one I have that has tone control version, unfortunately, doesn't work. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way. I had to put electrolytic capacitor between the leads and the speaker.
I'm on a 4-knob radio.
Oh, no.
Right on.
Volume squelch, channel, and receiver tune.
Got a crystal slot.
External crystal slot, yep.
Is that the old 6-channel?
This one's an 8-channel. It's just like the Pacer, except it's tan.
I'm on a 14-knob radio.
Tim, it's very much exactly like the Pacer, except that it's tan in color, and the knobs are tan.
Well, I have some crystals laying around for those radios.
Say that again?
I think I got some crystals laying around for those radios.
Yeah, cool. I would like to have another channel 13 crystal. I only got one between the two radios.
I have to look. I'm pretty sure I got enough to take that all the way up to channel 40.
Not
Christmas lights on it, you're right, operator.
Yeah, look at all the pretty Christmas lights.
Hey, I got a pretty neon red light on transmit. The thing like glows. You know how like a neon burns like a candle?
Yep, it flickers.
Yeah, it does. You can see it on this one.
Where you at, operator?
Is that the original op?
Operator. Yep, we got just a bit of copy on you. Wanted to say I heard you in there on Classic Radio Roundup. I think he's on the move. Downtown suburban Springford. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, I got the ever so lightest copy on them.
Funeral home in Bridgeport.
If there wasn't all that skip land noise, I'd have them.
Bridgeport. Correction. Got it, Ron.
It's that skip land noise. He's buried in it.
Bocce Funeral Home in Bridgeport.
10-4.
You get that picture?
Oh, let me go get my phone.
Too much freaking noise. I caught noise the other day. It's called Fiber Fix.
Does it make you regular?
It's going to fix my IMAX.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap the shattered fiberglass and make it whole again.
Okay. See, I just figured, you know, when you're suffering from that occasional constipation, a little fiber might make you more regular again.
Yeah, this stuff you can put, if you break a shovel, you can actually wrap it around and you can use this for anything, you know?
There you go. Hopefully it'll work for you.
Oh, it works. They have demos down here at Lowe's on it, you know? So it's just to keep around in case you break something, you know?
That's kind of cool. It's like carbon fiber or something or another.
Yeah, it's carbon fiber, and you soak this stuff. They have 1-inch, 2-inch, and 4-inch. You just wrap it around, and where the break is, you extra it up. And you finish it off, and then it hardens like a rock. And it's very, very strong.
Better be careful it's not conductive, because that might throw your match off.
Yeah, we'll see, huh?
Now, graphite is conductive. Yeah, it is. I don't know if you want to use that on an antenna. You might want to just use regular fiberglass cloth.
I don't know if that would work with it, though.
Sure it would. Just get some resin and soak the cloth in it, and just wrap it all the way up around the antenna, and you know, when you're done, sand it down and give it a coat of paint.
Have to read up on it.
Yeah, painted seafoam green like the old Shakespeare sticks.
My band, UHF, VHF antenna started to get all splintery. The fiberglass was, you know, the UV rays were tearing it up, and I took it down and I sanded the living crap out of it and painted it with a clear acrylic, and that's been. You can use it for anything. Break your muffler. Well, if you're on the figure out what you could use it for, you know. But if you're on a boat, you have this stuff on your boat, you can probably mend your boat right there on the spot. Yeah, if you're taking on water and you're starting to see flashbacks to the Titanic, you know. That's right. Iceberg right ahead.
No, then I'd come out with that stuff the guy sprays his screen door with and makes a boat. He puts a screen door in the bottom of his boat, spray on sealant. They got some other new variant of that. I saw today. It was like in a caulk tube or something.
That spray can stuff, that stuff works. I use that to seal a leak in my flashing around my chimney. It works.
Yeah, I mean, I see a spray. It looks like it's got the consistency of that spray undercoating that you used to get for your car.
Yeah, it sprays on like a heavy spray paint, but then it turns into a hard rubber.
Good old Flex Seal, man.
That's it.
That stuff works well.
They sell it at Lowe's. Yeah, I was gonna say they probably have it at Boscov's too. They got a whole section on the second floor up there with all that, you know, saw on TV stuff. You know, you gotta send $19.95 plus postage and handling.
I use 2 cans of that, sealed all the way around, no more leaks in the flashing.
I'm gonna try that on my gutters on my shed.
Don't pay for repairs, it'll cost you thousands.
It would have too.
We put this screen door in the bottom of this boat and painted it with Flex Seal, and now we're afloat.
Yeah, it kind of takes, it's kind of like almost like the joke about the screen door on the submarine.
Yeah, we just coat it up with Flex Seal.
Yeah, well, you shoot out luggage, you forget about it, walk on the bottom.
Well, you did notice he didn't have his feet on it.
Yeah.
Man, I swear it's getting noisier again.
I think it's quieted down a little bit, because now I can actually hear Tim. He was right in the noise before, now he's an S unit above it. Wow, all that with 10 watts.
So you go stream.
And you're listening to Classic Radio Roundup on 27.115 on your AM radio dial. This is Channel 13.
Sponsored this hour by the 05 Radio Technical Institute, also offering programs in customer relations.
Come on now. Sponsored in part by Mike's Brick Oven on Eastern Charlotte Street in Pottstown.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. We deliver.
To you guys, yes I will.
We deliver to the 11-meter band coverage area.
That's what we'll have to do. I'll have to have one of those coffee breaks, you know, in some parking lot and just order pizza.
Well, the thing to do now is to start talking about it, and then when the weather gets nice, to actually do it. You know, schedule it for June or July, August night, Wednesday night, classic radio pizza meet. Heck yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, of course the weather has to be better. There's no way, no how you do anything like that when it's cold out.
You know what I think we should do?
What's that?
Do what we used to do back in the 90s, even though we can't do it anymore on High Street, but just cruise High Street just to piss the cops off. They get their panties in a ruffle, like, what the hell is going on here?
All with CB antennas.
Oh my God, High Street, yeah, everybody used to drag race back in the day.
But it used to be the place to be seen.
It was one of the top 10 places to cruise in the country, believe it or not. I used to park at the Mag Shop.
For those days.
Yeah, and then they shut that all down, and now look at it. You know, if they would have kept that going, you know, the people waxing nostalgic, man, that place would be turning money hand over fist on the weekends.
Sometimes
That and you wouldn't lose your car in a damn pothole. Like these streets in Pottstown are ridiculous. They got all that money from all the tickets on Friday and Saturday nights, and it fixed the roads.
If that's what Americans want to do, they should have let Americans do it. It's a free country, but no, they got to shut it down. And oh, well, now what they got in Pottstown is so much better.
Yeah, now Pottstown's a ghost town. That's what I'm saying. This summer, I think we should all just come out and just cruise one by one and between each other in the single lane. And the cops, I guarantee, will be like, what the heck is going on here? I don't know what to do. What do we do? What do we do? SWAT team, SWAT team.
I think High Street Roundup.
I think we should do it. Meet for pizza on a Wednesday night, have pizza, and then all just take a cruise up High Street.
You want to do that?
Gotta make it a Friday or Saturday night.
Get yourself some good pizza.
Well, we need to do it on a Wednesday night, but a Saturday night would work also. But Wednesday night for Classic Radio Roundup, I'll film the whole dang on thing.
Well, that too. We can do it both nights. You know what I mean?
I can do Wednesday, Saturday probably not.
What about a Friday?
Yeah, I can't do Saturdays either.
Yeah, because if I'm not at a softball tournament, I'll be up the mountains.
Or we can do a Friday.
Certainly would be fun.
Well, I guarantee you the cops will be calling in SWAT left and right like they have no clue what to do like they used to back in the day.
Why do they need to do anything? We are free Americans, out driving around, we paid the road taxes, our vehicles are registered. Why do they feel they need to do anything other than sit back and watch?
Because it's Pottstown.
But that's my point, though, you know? That's my point. We're free citizens, not doing anything wrong, obeying the law, and then they feel they need to do something. Why should they feel they need to do something? We've become a police state. It drives me insane. Uh-oh, we're getting too far on my political soapbox.
Don't go there.
Blood pressure. Yeah, don't go there.
Pop yourself a couple of melatonins and chill out.
Blood pressure check.
Smoking the weed.
Yeah, time to roll a fatty.
Yeah, fatty.
Anybody know where Papa John's is in Pottstown?
You don't need Papa John's. You just order Mike's Brick Oven Pizza.
Yeah. We got a sponsor for Classic Radio Roundup now. We can do real commercials.
Now we're coming back up. Fire. Dixie got an electric comment on the fatty.
They still call them fatties?
I guess. She says yeah. I said I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe it was blunts now. You know, I hear the blunt term rolling around, and I never quite understood that. Why are you going to take some good smoke and roll it up in a big old leaf of tobacco? I don't get it.
And being a cigar is bad tobacco. Them things smell horrible.
I didn't ever understand it.
That don't make sense to me either. Why waste it? Pot.
That's what I say.
She says they use flavored tubes or something. I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't want to add flavor. I want the flavor that it's got.
That's right.
You got Dixie over here giggling.
I want flavor. I'll go to Wawa and get a latte.
Mochaccino latte, fluffy kind of thing, huh?
Show you right.
To the old man on the channel talking about pot.
It's too funny, isn't it? We're showing our age.
You guys are young.
Yeah, thank you.
Old man, compared to me, you guys are young.
I know it, but you know, I'm not feeling young. Every birthday now I get a new ailment.
Wait till you get to be my age.
I'm in no hurry.
With the Lord's blessing, I hope I get there. And I'll still party with the best of them.
My grandfather passed 2 weeks ago, and 90 years old, still smoking cigars.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. And about a year ago or so, at the doctor's checkup, my mom was like, "Can you make him stop smoking cigars?" And the doctor says, "Look, what's it gonna do? Give him an extra week? Let him have his cigars."
Makes him happy. And happy makes you live longer than not happy.
I'm all for that. You know, and I think you can get away with most about anything as long as you do it in moderation.
That's right. Actually, drinking wine's good for you.
In moderation.
Yeah, right. I could have a glass every dinner, every day at dinner, and supposedly it does good for you. Things in moderation.
That's right. 1 glass of red wine daily.
That's right.
Yeah, in moderation, you could do, you know, have a little taste of this and that. And it's closing in on 9 o'clock, so give me un momento. I want to switch radios.
Yeah, we need a moderator on here to keep us modded.
Well, on that note, like I said, Tickle will stick with his shine.
That's right.
Yeah, tickle shine. I'm going to have to get a taste of that. Countywide on the side while I switch transmitters.
Alrighty then, we have a transmitter change. Number 2 on the shelf here that tastes real good. Please stand by. Standing by. Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
Sway, I'm only about 20 proof below Everclear.
Sounds like good stuff. Well then our hailing frequencies are open. Yes, they are. I protest. I am not a married man. I got some shortage in the refrigerator. I've been soaking in Everclear for almost 2 years now. Maybe even a little longer. I found in my dad's place a 1974 Crown Royale. It was just cracked open, but it was just fine. Good, man. It's really smooth. Yeah, it got better with age. I guess sometimes they're right. Most people get better with age.
There we go. Almost.
Well, I think it was pretty good to start out with, and
Howdy.
you don't know Jack. I was trying to see if it had a state seal on it. It just has the Canada excise stamp on it. Oh no, it's contraband. About to call it the revenuers. No, I think that's the one you needed to have back then on there. Remember that little paper seal over the top? Yep, that's your tax stamp. Make sure you paid your taxes. Look at that. I hear the background. Look at that. 27115 on your AM dial. It is the second hour of Classic Radio Roundup. You still on the tram bagger? Yes, I am. Tram D201. Sounding good. Yeah, she's keeping my room warm too. That ain't one of my old radios, is it? No, this is what I got elsewhere. Roger that. Break 1-3 for radio check. Break 1-3 for radio check. Have you out there? Radios anymore, you know? Send me a radio and I'll send you a check for it.
Show you right. Let me tune up. Oh, I'm right there, man. The dummy load pretty much got me there. Yeah. Alrighty. Countywide radio 441 on this Multi Elmac.
Yeah, you're putting out a little bit more signal now.
Yeah, a little bit more carrier power. Not much more, really.
Sounds like it might be almost on the verge of Hatfielding.
I could solve that problem. That'll take care of that.
Yeah, it was actually Hatfielding a little bit there.
Right now it is? Oh, maybe it is. Why would that be? There we go. I got rid of it, hey?
Yeah. Doesn't sound right, though.
Well, maybe I need to fully go through the tune here. Let me see. That needs to be there. Man, that's as low as I can get that. Let's see. There. Should be working right about somewhere in there. I can get that to... Yeah. Anyway. Man, why is that? That's as low as I can dip the plate. Anyway, it's running about 12 watts carrier.
It's coming up.
Takes a little bit to warm up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you gotta get it tuned in there. Get that raspiness out of there.
Well, anyway. Yeah, I don't know why it wants to, I don't even turn up the load at all. If I turn up the load, I get too much plate current. Actually, I think I got, the minimum plate dip I can get is about 78 amps, milliamps.
78 amps. Oh my God, that'd be an arc welder.
Yeah, it would. But anyway, here it is. It's working.
Yeah, it is.
I spend hours talking to Europe on this thing in the morning.
Same microphone?
Yeah, with this microphone, D104. Yeah, there we are. Show you right. 441. Countywide.
We're on the verge of Hatfielding again.
No, really? Wonder why that is. That shouldn't be. Hang on. Let me see if I can make this a little happier. Might be able to make it a little happier. Well, anyway, not much.
Yeah, you're like riding the hairy edge there, you know, it comes and goes.
Of Hatfielding. Yeah, I'm still learning where to actually put this thing. That must be good right there. With this new tube, you know, it kind of changes everything. Oh, there we go. That brought the plate current down. Just gotta like sort of fool with the grid there and kind of peak the grid at the power, and then it got kind of go back and forth between the plate and the grid. And I think I might be getting better.
Nah, now you're squealing like a pig.
Oh, good grief! What the heck? I had this man last night. It was smooth sailing. Maybe I have to turn that off a little bit that way. There we go. That got rid of it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all in the grid tuning. If I go that way, ooh, maybe I can get a little bit. Now, is it Hatfield now?
No, I think it's maybe, I heard there's very slight resonance in the background, like it's sort of getting ready to, but it's not doing it.
Alright. I think I need to put that grid current then right there at 1 milliamp. That looks good on the meter.
Yeah, it's not schooling.
Yeah, well, let's see. Now it's, oh, let's see. I'm going to get squeal. And I make it unsqueal. There we go. I'll get it figured out.
There you go. Wasn't doing that the other night.
What did you say, Bagger?
Wasn't doing that the other night.
No, but I probably had it tuned, you know, so much in the right place kind of thing. And I'm still figuring out where the heck to tune the thing. More or less. And I think I'm closing in on it. This new tube in here gives me a whole different set of parameters that I got to figure out.
Do you have headphones on the final?
I could. What, am I making noise now? I am, ain't I? I'll just turn that right there and it makes it happy.
Yeah, there you go. Because you're probably looking at the watt meter, and it shows like you think it's a carrier, but it's Hatfield.
Now I can tell it on the modulation meter when it starts to Hatfield, but that's looking over one direction, and I'm watching a current meter the other direction. And I think I'm really pulling too much current. But I can't reduce it unless I go to Hatfield. I can reduce a little. Let me see if I can get this down there. Oh no. See, that's, I don't know, maybe, well, they either smoke the tube or it won't. So I got the choice between dipping the plate current and Hatfielding, or riding high plate current and not Hatfielding.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I had this problem the other night.
Yeah, you don't want to detune the plate circuit. You got to dip that for minimum current.
I'm not detuning the plate.
Good.
I'm not detuning the plate. It's when you detune the grid that the plate current goes up. It's still at the dip, but the plate current goes up.
Oh, you should play with the grid.
Does that thing have a mic gain on it?
Yes, it has a mic gain on it. But that's not really fully the issue. Actually, I think let's see, I think I might have it. There we go. See, I don't want that plate current to get up too high. I think I'm there though. As long as I'm not Hatfield now, I think I'm alright.
Yeah, you're good. You're just not as you're just not as punchy. Yeah, but the clarity came up. What's up, Chuck?
Hello, Chuck. Yeah, I got a little more mic gain there.
Yeah, well, everybody is pretty noisy down here for me.
Yes, it is. It's very noisy.
Takes a few seconds to get these, you know, 60-year-old antique tube transmitter is squared away.
Still squealing occasionally.
Did you put another tube in that?
Yeah, I wasn't having these issues until I got here. I was playing here last night, you heard it.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
I was on 10 meters.
Guess I'm bad luck.
I was on 10 meters with it for a couple hours this morning with no issue.
Different antenna, better SWR.
Well, man, my crystal's loose in the socket too. That ain't helping things. Well, yeah, different antenna. This is the up the hill ground plane, but that shouldn't really make much difference. They both got good SWR. If anything, the beam is closer to the house. It's not squealing now, right? I'm good. Let's move forward.
Right now you're good.
Yeah, it probably took a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good till my crystal falls out of the socket.
Hate when that happens. You need some carbon fiber repair.
Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, I just don't want to smoke this 2E26. I just gotta watch the grid current on it. Or the plate current. I keep mixing those two up, but I know what I mean.
Why'd you put another tube in it?
I didn't put another. Well, I put the 2E26 in it.
Oh, okay. I thought you put a second 2E26 in.
No. No, I'm still getting used to where to set this one. You know, I was tuned up on 10 meters all day, and I just brought it back to here. So, you know.
The squeal's coming and going again.
It's probably the mic cord. My mic cord's probably too long.
If it's a straight cord, definitely. It calls that like a feed. It's like doing a feedback.
No, it's not a straight cord.
Snap a ferrite on it. Oh, definitely. I run that on all my mics.
Yeah, I had to put 3 ferrites on this cord to stop the feedback.
It fixed my problem on my mobile radio on 6 meters. I used to, the RF would get back in the radio and keep it keyed when I unkeyed the microphone. I snapped a ferrite on the coax cable and fixed it. Yeah, and external speakers too. That's your joke card, Joni. CB tip of the day.
Yeah, I got one of them snap-on ferrites around here somewhere, but I can't seem to find it.
It's all my kids' headphones.
Yeah, I don't understand why I'm having issues tonight. And, you know, of course I'm on stage, that's why. The other night I didn't have any problem at all, everything went fine.
200,
No, it cleaned up. The audio cleaned up. It came up a little, and now it's not Hatfield. Yay. We were on here the other night, and it took a good 15, 20 minutes, well, maybe 15 minutes talk time before it got clean, warmed up, sounded good. Yeah, well, it sounds good. It sounds good. No question about it.
Yeah, getting those emissions flowing on them plates.
Yeah, scrub that dirt off the plates. That's right. Get out those impurities.
Yeah, the electrons flowing and blow out the gas, what would it be? I don't know. The inert gases.
Yeah, just started doing it right when you got up on the mic right there.
Well, I can't find my ferrite, so I don't have to do that. It's kind of annoying when everything's working great when you're testing, and you go to actually use and you get screwed.
Isn't that the way it always is now? Is that Murphy again out there? I haven't heard him in a while, but it's definitely Murphy.
St. Louis Murphy, Classic Radio Roundup, Midwest.
He's making us, that's what happens. You get your radio on, Mr. Murphy comes out. It's Murphy's Law. Sure gonna get you. Roger that, 726. Making a fine trip up here to Spokane, Washington. Hearing you all afternoon here. 10.
Spokane, Washington out there.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's right. I must have it being the wrong way. I heard nothing but the solid 5 S5 noise level like that. None of it is intelligible.
Well, I got a ferrite snapped on there now. See if that helps life.
That's fixed. So far, so good.
Yeah, I have another one around here. I gotta find it. I can snap on the other end.
Problem solved. Snap-on tools of America. What the heck? How about that? It's like a dirty pot. Huh. That's too high. That's too low.
Dirty pot. What are you getting? Floor sweepings?
Don't go away mad. Just get.
Just get.
There. That sounds good. Yeah, I turned the mic gain on the bottom of the mic up a little bit to compensate it. Yeah, that sounds almost like broadcast. Well, that's kind of what I was going for with this, you know. I like the sidekick mic. It seems to be the closest thing to a studio mic that I've got. So one of these days I'll get one. Oh, I got one. It just went to my kid's computer system. There's something wrong there.
There you go. Got a ferrite on both ends of the mic cord.
Yeah, turn it up. Yeah, you're not that fielding at all. You're crystal clear now.
Well, let's see what happens if I turn up some audio breaker.
Dang. Still good.
Well, let's just... this daggone crystal, man, won't make contact every time. Wonder why that is. Alright, let's go for broke. Full mic gain, breaker.
Still good. Still good.
Well, let's go full bore. All she's got, Captain.
She's still good.
That's nice. Well, that's what I gotta do then.
See that? Ferrites fix you right up.
Yeah, that's because I got the super long mic cord. It's convenient for operating, but you gotta keep the crap out of it.
That's right, so let that be a lesson to you fellow sandbaggers out there. And newbies, there it is, the clip-on thing for your mic. You don't have a coiled cord? Then you need ferrites.
Even if you have a coiled cord, because it is. It's just long.
Night train ghost over. Online.
I haven't heard Night Train yet. He should be in here soon, though.
It's a really long...
Tell him Ghost is out here. Y'all have a good night, alright?
Say Roger right on.
Have a good night yourself there, Ghost. 441 to Spitfire.
Pizza shop is closed and I'm headed back to Reading.
That's where you're from, huh? Ready?
Mount Penn, unfortunately. That's where my parents moved after I got out of the Marine Corps. My dad died and I take care of my mom now.
Well, good for you. Take good care of your mother. She's the only one you got.
Damn straight. She took care of me for how many years of my life? I figure I can just return the favor to her.
That's right. Bring her home a pizza.
That's for damn sure. But, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow around 4. I'll be on 13, in and out on my vehicles, making deliveries. If you need anything or deliver something, hit me up.
All right, Ghost, man. Check us out on 13. We're in there during the day a couple times.
That's right. We're in here playing radio off and on all the time. Oh no, was that a waste?
Sandbiter.
Yeah.
Night train said he had a rough day. He was going to take a nap, and when he wakes up, he'll get on the radio.
When did he say that?
Oh, maybe about 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. He said to be on maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, unless he totally oversleeps.
And for it.
Yeah, I can't stay in there too long. I gotta get up early. I gotta go to that meeting and... Yeah, me too. We're not getting a snowstorm, so...
I can stay in here my normal time for Classic Radio Roundup till it's over. Of course, I can't really stay in for the after-hours session.
One time, however. Yeah, I managed to do that a few times. That's kind of fun. Especially when a band goes long and everything gets quiet. Band's definitely open now.
Yeah, like when I take a day off and get to play for the after-hours session, that is fun.
Oh, you got your fake Browning ping going on now, huh?
Ain't nothing fake about it. I'm doing it the same way they do.
Well, it's still fake Browning ping because it's not a Browning.
Yeah, but if you didn't know that, you wouldn't know that.
Well, that's the whole point, I guess. Counterfeit Brownings for non-Browning owners.
Yeah, this is my Browning Mark B4.
That's right. Yeah, before what?
B4 Browning.
Yeah.
I got the gate set up good this time. You can see the Multi Elmac and the Hallicrafters all in one. I took the B&W out of its rack position and put the Multi Elmac in there. Since I got the email, the guy's working on my transformers. I was like, oh, I got to get busy over there and get that thing ready.
Well, he's working on them. Hopefully he'll get them done.
He got behind because of all the ice storm problems and everything, man. He's been swamped with transformer rebuilds.
You cannot fool Mother Nature.
No, but I can fool the casual listener.
I'll just tell you your hat fielding.
Oh, he'll tell me. Yeah, hey man, your radio's got a squeal when you key up.
That's right.
Been told that more than once. Just want to see if you can see that meter on a Multi Elmac or not. I don't know, that might be hard to see.
What are you doing? Looking at current?
Well, it might be hard to see the meter move on the video gate, but you can still see the radio.
Yeah, AM and FM.
Actually, I think the camera works better with less light. And ferrites are your friend.
Yes, they are.
I really think the band's getting noisier again. And you say this is giving me more signal than the Mustang was?
Yeah, you're just under 10 over here.
Woohoo!
Of course, on the Royce meter, you're just over a 9.
Yeah, well, that Royce meter is stingy. Is this mic gain right here, or is it too quiet?
No, that's good.
Because that's usually actually where I have it when I'm on 10 a.m. Yeah, that's right.
That's an amazing...
Yeah, when you want to, I'll have to give you a call.
What's that, Sparky?
I was saying that's an amazing transformation for that 20 minutes that radio takes to warm up, and that's totally clear. Throw in a couple of ferrites and you got yourself a deal. No, he was doing good the other night, just like that. Took a while to warm up, but the fair ice, that sealed the deal.
I know, I tried to get him to break it down and sell one or two. He wants to sell them all. Mobile or base or a little bit of everything. They're all base amps.
Right on. Time for a internal SWR check. Ooh, look at that.
Sorry about that. It's cramped in here.
Not yet, tune him if you got him. Tune him if you got him. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it did take a couple of minutes the other night to get fully clear and set up. But that's all me getting used to tuning this 2E26 without making it go 0.5.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't 0.5 your radio. Unless you go to the 0.5 Institute of... I'm getting some feed.
I kind of like to buy a couple of them and then take one and see how much it can take. Just then I know.
And then you can take a video of it and put it on YouTube.
And get bashed by everybody on the planet.
Yeah, look at this moron. He's cooking up perfectly good too. Sounds good. You can turn that mic up now. Yeah. That's right. Adjust the levels. What's up, Ron? Eh, not much. Just sit back listening. Yeah, sounded good up this way.
Sounding all right up here, Ron, on my antique Hallicrafters radio receiver.
There you go. Yeah, you sound a lot better now. You turned the mic up a little bit.
Hey, yeah, whatever it takes to get heard down there.
It's coming through loud and clear. But when you turned it up just a second ago, it got a little bit more deeper, real nice.
10-4, Roger, right on. Well, you know, I got to get used to where these settings are with a kind of a new setup.
Oh yeah. Way to go.
The more I use this radio, the more I like it.
Yeah. I've got radios that are like that. That's right, they need peer encouragement.
Especially when I got a guy over across the pond and, you know, he hears me on it all the time and he finds one and he wants it and the guy won't part with it. That's pretty cool because he always tells me I sound good on it. I mean, everybody tells me. I mean, I don't even have to ask. They tell me.
You don't find those too many times at swap meets.
I'm so glad I got it. I got it up there at Sellersville this year. And I was kind of looking for some kind of boat anchor to fill in the, you know, the time while my B&W was down. And that thing was sitting there. And I cruised the swap meet, you know, all around. I came back to it, cruised the swap meet a couple more times, came back to it, and I walked away with it.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, I passed on a pair of Drakes at that one. What, the R4s? Yep, without the power supply, but another guy had the power supply. Oh my God, the T4 and the R4, those are fantastic radios.
Are you still having much problems?
Well, the Multi Elmac came with a power supply, and that's half the battle, and the thing is in really nice shape, and the guy said it works. Well, he didn't lie, but it, you know, it needed some repair, but now it's all squared away. And works fine business, old man.
Fine business. And chain drive.
Yeah, you gotta love a chain drive radio. How about it?
I've heard those on the air before, and they never sounded anything like that.
That's right, because he's got it modulating real well.
I think they were using carbon mics on them. It sounded like space shuttle audio.
If I'm gonna run a high-level plate modulator, I want it to be natural yet punchy.
Well, the guys that I've heard run those, they ran period correct microphone for it and everything to boot, you know, so it was, made your ears bleed when you heard it.
I can't stand something that sounds like crap.
No, I want to take advantage of what the radio is able to do, like it is right now.
That's right. Certainly sounds good now.
I wonder if that had any audio mods.
So you really don't need a new radio?
It's quite possible, because it has a couple of mods in it. The grid drive is adjustable, where that's a mod.
Did that originally have a clipper circuit in it, or does it have a clipper?
I don't think so, either way.
I'm trying to get back into my favorite hobby, and the economy's kind of bad. I'm looking for donations. I can pay the shipping.
But the combination is good, you know, the transmitter works out, and it's a really fun receiver, too.
Yeah, RFR.
Really fun radio.
Yeah. That's right. Really fun radio. Classic Radio Roundup is a really fun radio time. So I'm guessing it's working. That's right. Oh, you know, where we break out the classic radios, like this 138 XLR. Still working. What you got on that? It's a Synchron MP 7000 RB Echo Bass microphone with compressor, sir.
You're gonna like the way that thing sounds on the video gate.
I like that it's got the compressor in there. That helps out, I guess, a little bit.
I got a pair of 6L6s in push-pull Class AB1.
I got a single 6L6 in here.
Yeah, my two audio modulators are bigger than my single output tube.
Yeah, I got a 6L6 modulator and a 6L6 final. Go down 2, up 3, and down 1. I think Trade modified his to do that, right? He swapped out his final. He was in there on it. No, he was on the Browning earlier. Yeah, it was. D201A, they switched tubes. They went to a 6DG6, which is the same pinout. But you can put the 6L6 back in it again.
6L6 modulating the push-pull to a 2E26.
I had an old GE pre-progress line VHF radio, 150 megahertz that had a 2E26 in it for a final.
That tube's been around a long time.
Yeah, I'm surprised it works all the way up in the VHF band, but it does.
Works up to 125 megs, and then up to 160 with reduced power.
Yeah, this one was running at 55 megahertz in this old GE radio I had years ago. And I think it put out like about 10 or 12 watts.
Well, my watt meter's showing 10 watts a carrier. The one that doesn't show any swing at all. My swing meter shows them. Well, that's on the after the amp. 150 carrier and 600 peak.
Dang. Dang-a-lang-a-ding-dong.
Got my 4-to-1.
This is Ghost. I'd like to see how far I can reach out, by the way, on my way home.
You gotta get a lot of swing out of this radio.
Look at us.
I hear you, Ghost, headed on the way home.
Yeah, I'm right now on Pottstown Pike 100 and where Walmart is. I'm going to be getting on 422 in about 2 mics.
Yeah, you you'll be going right past it, getting closer to some and getting further from others.
You're gonna drive right by me.
Yeah, I just want to see, you know, the work that Papa Bear did. You know what I mean? I know it's great work. I just trying to figure some stuff out, that's all.
Yeah, you want to see if you got your money's worth.
Yeah, that's right.
It's working right there. As far as I can tell.
Yeah, you're not exactly right down the street from me.
I'm on 422 now.
Giving me a S8 to S9, but yeah, where you're headed away, you're about 4 to 5 miles from me now.
And you're getting closer to me. That's right, and it sounds like some of Papa Bear's fine work. I hear him good at Oaks.
There you go, that's your furthest one, Oaks.
Oaks, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Is that what you said? Oaks, can you hear me?
That's what the man said.
Shit, you can't hear him.
Yeah, I don't think I can hear him, but he can hear me. That's a good thing.
Well, that's what's known as an alligator station.
Some noise.
That's what's known as an alligator station.
Yeah, all mouth and no ears.
Roger that.
Ooh, now you hit me with a 20 over. We'll see if you can push my voice meter further over too.
I'm coming up on Stowe.
Yeah, you're probably about 3 miles away from me now.
Yeah, you're pegging me at a 9 on my meter.
You could actually probably turn that mic gain of yours down a little bit and it'd be a lot clearer and you'll still get out just as far.
How about that right there?
I don't know if that made any difference.
Hang on, let me get this camera. Alright, hold on.
Not too bad.
Well, he's got that mobile window open wind rushing sound.
Yeah, mobile noise.
How's that right there?
Talk to me a little more. You gotta let me listen to it a little.
How the hell did I put the window up? I was just smoking a cigarette. Is that better?
Yeah, I reckon so. It's just all that noise, you know, you don't always need the mic gain wide open. It makes you louder, but unclear.
Roger that. I copy that.
Now you're a 30 over.
About 0.5 miles I'll be getting off this 422 and getting on the business.
That's funny. You're 30 over on the tram here, but you're still not even on a 10 on the Royce.
That Royce is stingy.
Well, it's stingy on the low end. It just doesn't like. It just gets harder to push it past 9.
Yeah, you're still pushing me a 9 on my meter.
How about this countywide radio transmitter?
You're pushing me a 7-8.
Yeah, you're doing about the same here.
How far away are you from me?
Well, I don't know, when you get out there around Douglasville, you're 10 miles away.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm over here by the Wawa right now.
I mean, past the Hess, you'll probably be as close as you're going to get to me.
Hell of a lot better than yesterday. That's for or the other day, Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. voice sounds much better now.
Good old Papa Bear.
Show me right.
Now we're just about to have 40 over.
Oh, what's funny is I was over by Manor Camp on Charlotte Street, queuing up, talking about the High Street thing, and I was bleeding through the phone at the pizza shop, and the girl was getting pissed on that she was trying to get a credit card number from a customer.
Oh man. Yeah, that does happen when you got a little bit of power.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for that.
Fuck it, or excuse me, screw it if they can't take a joke.
Yeah. I was talking to Dr. Hammer out in Kansas. I was sitting in the parking lot at the auto parts store, and I walk in to get my stuff after I signed with him. He says, "Were you just talking over the radio?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was coming over the radio, coming over the PA system.
You're begging me a 10 right now.
That's a tight meter.
You've almost maxed my meter out.
Yeah, you're giving my Royce a 10, but you're at 40 euro on the tram here. Because now you're going to slip around behind my beam and you're going to drop off quickly unless I turn it around.
Finally, the band is getting quiet.
Finally.
Or 4 now.
Yeah, with only 40 minutes left at a roundup.
Yeah, there's actually a noise floor. As long as your face doesn't hit the floor.
I'm finally down to an S2 here.
Passing blackjacks, coming out on the little itty-bitty titty committee strip club.
Oh yeah, divas.
That is correct, sir. Man, blackjacks is packed.
Yeah, they seem to do a pretty good business. Took them long enough to build that place, though.
I might turn around and go get a beer. Break channel.
Go ahead there, Top Gun.
Hey, what's going on? I'll tell you what, that restaurant there, we went and ate, and I loved it. Great wings in there.
You like the place?
Yup.
Yeah, 'cause I'm contemplating, I want to stop in there one of these nights and check it out, too. Didn't know what kind of food fare they had there, though.
Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff, but if you're into wings, their wings were delicious.
Oh, I love a good wing.
Evening, Top Gun. How's this base station sounding down there by the Titty Club? Key up one more time.
I hear you, Top Gun.
Yeah, 10-4.
Sparky waving up your way.
Me at 5 and a 6, coming in Lima Charlie.
Hello, Top Gun Countywide.
What's going on there, Countywide? How you doing tonight?
Doing just fine. You're sounding choice down here tonight, and Sparky's trying to get at you.
What's going on, Sparky?
Hey, man, coming in loud and clear. Good to hear you on the band and Classic Radio Roundup.
10-4, I wish I was on the classic radio, but I can't do that right now, so. Alright, hey, I'm going to take a little short and I'll be right back. I'm up here in Burnsboro now.
That's right, Classic Radio. Operators. That's what we are. Right by the Buddy's Nursery.
That is correct, by CJ Tires.
Who's breaking for Classic Radio Roundup out there?
Yeah, it sounded like Skipland trying to get in here to Classic Radio Roundup, or somebody out in the distance somewhere. Classic Radio Roundup, it's your turn.
Yeah, there's a station in Downingtown that's trying to ask a question.
If you hear them, pick them up.
I barely.
He wants to know what constitutes a classic radio for the roundup.
Pretty much, 25 years old or older, Dave? Or those special classics like, I don't know, what was the Cobra 2000 or something like that?
Well, yeah, anything that's older than 25 years. Or anything that's all tube. Or anything that's 23 channels or less.
Yep, that about covers it.
I'm in Douglasville, gentlemen, passing the Walmart.
Well, I Douglasville. You're up in Exeter now.
Yeah, Exeter. That's right. I'm passing the Walmart.
Well, I hear you down here, up there in Exeter, still got a copy, Spitfire.
Spitfire, this is Ghost. I read you Lima Charlie.
Roger on the Lima Charlie. Yep, no problem here.
Man, this thing's putting out. We're receiving pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Show you right.
I wonder what two-pill Papa Bear set him up with. Did he say it was an RM or something?
But gentlemen, I'm about to hit the Lowe's here and head down into the valley towards Mount Penn, so I'll probably lose you.
Hey, 10-4. Ghost, before you go, what did Papa Bear set you up with? What two-pill? An RM or something like that? Probably a Fat Boy.
That would be my guess. Probably 200-watt Fat Boy.
Is that what he set you up with there, Ghost?
Yeah, he's gone.
Hey, Ghost. What kind of amplifier did you get from Papa Bear? Like Texas Star?
Hang on 1 second. Let me open it up. The center console will read it to you.
He say Skull Cracker?
He got me a Twister.
Oh, a Twister.
Yeah, Twister. I guess he says Texas.
I never played with any of those. I never heard of that.
Oh boy.
It's working good. I love the names of them things. Luke Skywalker. There's a couple others.
Yeah, I'm still catching pieces of him out there in that mobile in Mount Penn. That's pretty good.
Blue Lowe's? No. I imagine it's probably closing, if not already, in the next 5 minutes. I'm sure he'll be glad to know that. Hey, no pain, no strain. Ah, yes, I've been there enough times. You don't want to do that. Where you at, Wagon? I know you out there somewhere. Come on, Wagon. Yeah, still giving me like an 8. All right, Ghost, we'll see you later. Roger, roger.
See you, Ghost.
That's why I got these glowing brass tubes. Keeps me nice and warm. On Classic Radio Roundup. Yeah. 27.115 on your AM dial.
For the classic radios move on.
And on and on and on for hours, dude.
As long as they still work.
That's right. Yeah, I've got about a solid 4 noise level now. It is slowly but surely slipping. But boy, it's taking its good old time.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a bunch of people we could normally hear that didn't come in. Like the other night it was real quiet. We heard our friend T-Berry came in, and the noise is so loud we haven't heard anybody from Aston tonight.
Yeah, the Aston crew would never make it through this mess.
But they were duly mentioned, Henry, if you're in there. Henry, Delaware County. I heard that Delaware County station down there. That might have been our friend down there, Shadow, our Taz.
You said it was Henry?
That was a Delaware County station that made it through there. Man, I can just pick him out.
Yeah, me too. He needs a little bit more audio.
That's kind of cool though, man. Give them little props, acknowledge them, and then they come back. I heard them.
Everybody loves Classic Radio Roundup. Unless you're a butthead.
That's right. It's a good, clean CB community.
Yeah. Yeah, right on frequency.
I'm convinced guys from the other channels come down and listen.
Oh no. Other channels? What other channels?
Oh wait, am I hearing some bleed over?
All over the place. They come in to listen to us.
I heard some hams on the Pottstown Repeater one day talking about Classic Radio Roundup a couple of years ago.
Best entertainment on CB radio.
With your clothes on.
Yeah, we'll hear push-pull tube audio modulation.
Plate level modulation is king.
And the filaments are glowing.
I heard a long distance hello. The Watster? Say Prankster 1420?
Yeah.
He's in Downingtown.
I hear you out there in Downingtown. I'm over here around Schwenksville, east of Pottstown. It's a little bit tough right now because it's kind of noisy, but I got the most of what you're saying. Roger, roger. Well, that was what it was established for originally, is get out here and, learn a little bit about tube circuitry and early solid state and restore these rigs and get them on the air and play with them.
There was some information doing that one big snowstorm we had. He could go to the 13th.
Yeah, you never know what kind of stuff will turn up, and what you learn here can be applied elsewhere.
Yeah, I know, but it was during the snowstorm. He told people to go off America to use the CB and go down to like classic radio channel and listen to what they were saying.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's who was reaching out from, he said he was in Delaware. Was that Prankster?
Downingtown.
Downingtown, okay. Not Delaware County.
I've been yelling for Delaware County because there's times that I can't hear you guys for Delaware County.
Okay, that's what I heard there, Prankster. All right, Sparky 775, up here, Spring Mount ski area. Hey, I'm going to cash it in, guys. Great to hear everyone on the band here on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Now I run it over there for President Washington in 99.
Yeah, you need a little bit more audio, though. That would be helpful.
Yeah, okay,
Have a good night there, Sparky. And I can turn my volume back up.
All right, well, I guess I can turn my RF game back up.
Honest to God, I'm listening to Downingtown with the volume up, and then you blow me out of my chair. Nobody can turn a volume knob that fast.
I'll see you later, Sparky.
All right, see you, Chuck. See you, Bagger. 44, Operator Ron. Anybody else that's in there? I heard Night Train in there earlier. Maybe he'll come in. All right, guys, catch you later. I'm clear. What happened to Tim? Tim just kind of faded away.
It is kind of cool that Classic Radio Roundup is getting known far and wide for, you know, even if you don't participate, something to listen to.
I'm waiting for our big break and get interviewed on the local TV station.
Yeah, all these guys waxing nostalgic on their antique CB radios.
I'll even have to comb my hair.
And that'll bring all the kooks out.
I might even shave that day.
Up on a hill over by Satchelberg's police station.
Oh, Ghost, we hear you.
Roger that.
Yeah, I hear you out here, Ghost.
Nah, no sign of Night Train yet.
He's probably sandbagging.
Getting debriefed. Wanting to get on the radio.
Now, supposedly, according to 44, Night Train took a nap. And he's supposed to get on when he wakes up, but then again, if he oversleeps, he won't be waking up till the birds are chirping tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he'll wake up in time for the after hours, or he won't wake up at all.
He's like, I slept right through Classic Radio Roundup? Darn!
Well, Jim, you have yourself a good night. I'll turn it off and I'll turn it in.
Well, see ya. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Y'all do the same.
I was having so much fun running this tram, I didn't even, I neglected to switch to a different radio at the 9 o'clock hour.
I had every intention of playing it just like I did, and it worked out. A little rocky start here on the second hour, but it all worked out.
Yeah, well, just remember, Freud is your friend.
Yeah, it'll keep you from Hatfielding.
Yeah, unless you're a McCoy.
I love the smooth squelch on this radio. I got it just on the Nat's rear end on the noise level, and it just takes the volume of it out.
I have most controls known to man on my receiver here, but there's no squelch.
Yeah, they didn't do squelches in general coverage receivers back in the day, back that far. Heck, I mean, a lot of ham radios never even had, HF radios didn't have squelches, not until they started putting FM in them.
Yeah, I don't think any of my HF radios have squelch.
I'm sure the new ones do, because they got FM in them.
Yeah, the new one does, but the 530 doesn't, the 701 doesn't.
No, because they're older.
Ironically, the TS700A does, but, you know, that's really a 2-meter radio.
Yeah, and it's got FM in it.
That's right.
The squelch doesn't work on sideband. I don't think it works on AM either. I think it only works on FM.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't really need squelch. Just turn up or down the RF gain.
Yeah, I sort of missed it though. I mean, I had a 101 EAZUF I used to run for a while, and that didn't have squelch. And when the noise level would get in there, it would be like, flip the attenuator on or something, or back the gain down. But, you know, you just want to have that squelch there, and it just wasn't there. I like what this one's doing right now. Like I said, I can just have it on the ragged edge there, and I can just knock that noise out, you know, and it knocks it way down in volume, but I can still kind of hear if a signal comes in there through it.
Those are my favorite kinds of squelches. Yeah, the tube radios all have that characteristic. This particular receiver, though, has such a quiet noise floor, or otherwise, I could just put the noise in the floor, and it's not really all that objectionable. If things get really bad, you start knocking down on the selectivity.
Oh yeah, this thing's got a pretty quiet noise floor too. Unfortunately, there's skip noise in there that's way above the floor.
Anyway, I like running this setup.
Yeah, and it sounds good. That's the best part.
It's a radio I could put my feet up on and not hurt it.
Or you can use it you can use it as a wheel chock. I think you ought to throw it in the trash can.
Well, I saved it from the trash can.
Yeah, throw it in the trash. That way I can drive by and pick it up.
That's where it was headed before I grabbed it.
And four.
Yeah, and I quote, "If you don't come get this thing out of my garage so I can put my car in it, it's going to the scrapyard."
And that's courtesy of old 05.
But it's really the Snowman Memorial Radio Station. I gotta start looking into that amplifier, the tube one, and figure out why I'm getting high voltage backup or whatever's going on there. I want to start using that thing again.
Yeah, those pills have got you spoiled.
Yeah, I know, but I like looking at them big glowing glass tubes. I think I'm just gonna go give that thing a capectomy, and that might fix it.
Or you might have some kind of weird ground loop going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get working on that though. That and the B&W are on the list now. Make sure that B&W is ready to go when it's ready to go. But now I'm gonna have to come up with another receiver to mate up with the Multi Elmac.
Well, I'm sure you could find one. Like an old National or something.
I'd like to have a National 303 or the Multi Elmac PMR7.
Now that would be nice. It would be a match.
Yeah, I might go down that road, just try to find a matching receiver.
Of course, you know, knowing the way things are, it's probably pricey because it's old.
Exactly. But you never know. Scour the Hamfest and get lucky again.
Yeah, just stay away from eBay.
eBay is no longer my friend.
And to work on his Hallicrafters down here.
Say what?
Oh, the Hallicrafter down here needs to be a little cleaning up.
What model number is it?
Offhand, I can't tell you, but it's the big one.
Yeah. Well, there's several big ones. But hey, yeah. Well, if you want to get rid of it and it works, or sort of works, I'd probably be interested.
Yeah, talk about something.
I'm in no hurry, but yeah, keep me in mind.
Yeah, it's got all tubes, everything's in it.
Yeah, it was certainly made up well with it.
Oh, big receiver.
I like a big receiver, because if you can't hear them, you can't work them.
That's right. Always want to have big ears.
25 tubes in my receiver. It's just funny when I think about it. 25 tubes in this, just in this receiver, but on the Metrotek there was 7 tubes total.
And what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15 tubes. They're all glowing away nice and brightly and nice and happy.
I'm not sure the tube count in the transmitter. I have to. Well, there's 3, 6, 7, 8, 8 maybe in the transmitter.
Ah.
One of them, I think its job is just for FM.
It's probably a reactance tube or something.
That's right.
I wonder if there's a mic gain internal adjustment for FM or a deviation pot or something, because I think that's kind of a little anemic on FM.
Certainly going to have to look into that. But it did work. But I might have to look into it further. But without an FM receiver, it's kind of, you know, moot.
Yeah, you can slope detect it, but that's kind of cumbersome. It doesn't sound all that good.
Yeah, I do that. And that's how I can hear all them Russian taxi drivers. They're all running FM. It actually gets to be a pain when you're on AM and they're nearby, because then you get that FM sound.
Yep.
A lot of those AM guys that I talk to use that 2962 New York repeater as a beacon.
Oh, the guys across the pond?
Yeah, they say when they start to hear that thing, they know the band's opening up.
That's a pretty powerful signal, that thing. It throws out quite a lot of power. I mean, I can hear it when the band isn't open. I mean, that's bizarre.
I can always hear it here, always. Whether it's hitting me, you know, S1, S2, or 1020 over S9, or something in between, I always hear it here. But yeah, those guys will use it for a beacon, and it runs full legal limit FM. That's why everybody hears it.
Well, the weird thing is I mean, the signal on that thing varies all over the place. You know,
I mean, even when the ionosphere isn't open, evidently there's some ground wave or other, tropospheric or some other condition that can improve the signal. Because it's too close to be skip, no matter what you do. But there are times when it gives me 10 over, and other times it gives me S1.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. There's times it hits me with S1, and sometimes it's 10, 20 over S9, or something in between. But I always hear it, but the signal will vary anywhere on the scale. But when it's 10 to 20 over S9, I can get into it with 100 watts FM and cleanly, and I can use it. So yeah, I think it's just varying tropospheric conditions, because that transmitter's 90 miles away from us, so it's way too close for skip.
Yeah, and it's pretty far away for a direct shot. But I guess being on a really high hill and running when it runs.
1500 watts FM with a 2,000 foot in the air antenna.
But it's got satellite receivers, doesn't it? It's not just one receiver.
Yeah, there's 3 different receivers, 2 different PLs, and one's open. Not to mention it has inputs on 6 meters, 220, 440, and I think that's it.
Most of the time when I ever hear people talking on it, they're usually on the 440 side.
Yeah, all running in and around New York. Yeah, they're all on 440. But the 6 meter side, I can hear it once in a while. I go to listen for it. It's 5373.
And you've heard it down here?
Yeah, on the rare occasion, yeah, I can hear it. If the 10 meter side is at 20 over, I can hear the 6 meter side. But the 6 meter side only runs 500 watts.
Yeah, only.
As compared to 1500.
Yeah, you're what, 5 or 6 dB down?
On a higher band. When I lived in Lansdale and I had good antennas and whatnot, that system, the antennas were on the Twin Towers, and I could easily get into the 6 meter and 220 systems on the Twin Towers.
Yeah, when you consider the antenna height, that's no wonder.
I could get into those easier than the 10 meter. I had an 11 element vertical 220 Yagi, and a 100 watt brick, and that got me in.
That's all you needed.
I was listening to that repeater on 9/11. I listened to its death throes. I had the 736R dialed in on that frequency, and I heard it die.
Did you really?
I really did. My right hand to God, I heard it.
You heard it when the tower collapsed?
Yeah. I dialed in that frequency, and I was listening, because I knew I could hear it on 220 all the time, always, because, my system at the time. So I dialed it in and I heard it, and it was kerchunking. It started kerchunking, and it was, Roger beep, and then it went into this tone. Doo! And then it just faded off the air. The signal just got less and less and less till it was gone.
And this was on 220?
That's a Roger.
Wow.
220 is the band I could always hear it on. 10 meters I could pretty much always hear it on. 6 meters was iffy. But 220 I could always get into if I wanted to, no matter what.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think I'm going to pull the plug. I'm starting to yawn profusely here, and it is getting to be late, so we'll have to call it another night for Classic Radio Roundup. Shame the noise level didn't get completely out of there, and we could hear some of our longer distance contacts, but it is what it is. Next week, we'll have the clocks ahead an hour, and they'll probably be worse. So we'll see how things are going. Have yourself a good one. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, it is what it is, and man, I wish I would have video gated that back then. Anyway, yep. Yeah, it's about time for me too. Maybe I'll see you in the AM Mayhem. Another classic radio roundup 441.